Hey guys, my name is Sean Lewis. I'm the co-owner and co-founder of AHAE Design Inc. And today I'm here with one of my clients, Devin Green. So essentially what we did for Devin was to convert an existing garage space into an ADU. The garage was already converted before we came on. So what we had to do was to gut the entire inside in order to bring the garage up to code and to convert it to an ADU here in the local city of Los Angeles. So here I have with me Devin Green, as mentioned. He's a local entrepreneur, but I'll let him speak on himself a little bit more. Introduce yourself.
My name is Devin. This is my conversion that we're in the process of. I'm a real estate agent. I own a couple restaurants called Mr. Friesman. I'm a psychiatric social worker, and I have a nonprofit called Stronger to the Struggle.
Yeah, so if you're ever in the greater Los Angeles area, LA County, and also San Diego, if I'm not mistaken, and you're looking for something savory, please tap in with Mr. Friesman. Such a good place. So Devin, I'm going to go through this line of questioning. Okay. I think it's a good source of information for any new potential, person that's looking for, some guidance on ADU conversions and what it takes and stuff like that. And the reason why I wanted to go through this process with you is because I know that, you're doing owner builder, right? So that's a very, very important, is very key. Because it trims off a lot off the top of the, the overall cost if you just go directly with a contractor and just have them handle everything. Yes. So I'm going to go through these questions, and feel free to respond to them however whatever information you're okay with providing. Please go ahead and provide. So the first question is, can you please describe your experience with the plan preparation process with AHAE Design Inc? Were you satisfied with the level of collaboration and communication during this phase?
I'm very satisfied. I'm satisfied with the communication. I think the process was simple. I think it was straight to the point. I got a lot of guidance, and I think that's key because the city process can be a little tedious, so it's important that you have that guidance and assurance. And pretty much, we started with a site visit, and then after the site visit, I gave my expectations, and then you got back to me and pretty much told me, based on my expectations, what we can do to make sure it's to code, and then the process was sufficient after that. We got it done.
Good. Please get in touch with Sean today. Sean can be reached at 323-543-0172, or you can leave us an email at ahaedesigninc.com@yahoo.com, or if you would like, you can visit our website, select the contact, and leave us an inquiry today. We will be sure to follow up with you as soon as possible. Question number 2. How would you rate the city's submission process handled by AHAE Design Inc? Did they provide sufficient guidance and support throughout this process?
A lot of support, a lot of guidance. I'm talking about all the way down to you send me the link to make the payment. Like, I don't have to find a link to make the payment. So it's a lot of guidance, and I give it a high rating. This the guy right here for sure. It's the guy.
As far as that whole submission process, did you find that any hurdles during this process came up, or was it just a super efficient process overall?
I think there was one hurdle, and the plan checker asked us to go find a permit from, I think it was like 1949. So just in the future, I think it's important, before you even come to him, just go get all your records. If LADBS or Public Works, whatever, if you're the county or the city, go get all your records, go to the assessor's office, get those records, and be ready with the records. That's going to avoid any conflict throughout the situation.
And that's true. So just to elaborate a little bit more on that, essentially what had happened was in the first round plan check when we received the first set of comments from the city, they asked us to justify the space of the ADU. So essentially they were only showing permits on their side, which showed, I think the space was about 200 square feet, which was permitted under them. However, we were able to go to the city's assessor's office, right? And so this is an internal assessor's office within the city of Los Angeles. And what they do is to maintain your records and stuff like that, right? It's technically called records office. And so basically what they did was to go through what's called microfiche, right? And they pulled the old permits from 1950s and before. Off the microfiche, and that's how we were able to justify that the space is legal. Now that process took us about, say, a week or less to get that, to obtain that.
I think even less.
Yeah. So what he's suggesting, when it comes to garage conversions or anything like that, and you have an older property, it's best that before you even contact your local architect, whosoever you decide to work with, it's best that you have that information ready on hand. That way your process can be a little bit more seamless, because what they're going to ask you to do is to show that justify the space is legal, and by doing so, by having that information ready, guess what? We can present that to them right then and there, and that kind of seals that deal for them, right? So I appreciate you actually rendering that information, because that was actually one of the biggest hurdles that, actually the only hurdle I think we faced.
Yeah, that was it.